grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something, if you need it, you can grab it with your hands, nothing's out of reach. If you really want something.
Hello all the wonderful people out there, welcome to Jamaican Experience. My name is Gabi.
And it's Yaadie Chrissy!
Right, and today I'm going to tell you about my experience with the spirit and my first visit to a Jamaican Bush Doctor. A big thank you to all the subscribers.
Thank you all so much, we appreciate you. Mwah! And there's still a lot of people who are watching, but you guys haven't subscribed yet, so please subscribe.
Yes, we are on the road to 1,000.
1,000k, yes guys, please help us make this dream come true, please.
Yeah, so remember, share, like, and comment below.
Yeah,
Did I
guys.
forget something?
No, I think we said everything.
Yes, right?
And guys, one last thing though. So we're talking about stories of my mom living in Jamaica back in the day. Now we moved to Germany, right? So we're now at part 7 or 8. But if you really want to find out how and why she actually moved to Jamaica, go and check out this link afterwards or before and then come back here. So you know why she moved, and there are other episodes leading up to this one saying like her whole story of how it was in Jamaica for a few weeks, for a few months, and all things that happened until now.
Right.
So when you're done watching those, then you can come and watch this one.
Definitely. Remember that. So today's story starts in Germany. Remember the last story I finished when we were in Miami and on our way to Germany, because remember we had to make some money and work, right? Because without work there's no money. So I was working together with my husband again, and also together with 2 other couples. It was 2 ladies and 2 men, obviously, right? So those people already kind of told me many times before that they did do something like a spirit board. Some people call it a Ouija board. Are there any other names for it?
So that was here in Germany?
That was in Germany.
Oh.
So I have to tell you, I mean, I always believed in God. Definitely. And I was and I am still a very spiritual person, but I never really believed in spirits as such, and definitely didn't believe that you could actually talk to them. So I was like, right.
I never believed. I still wouldn't believe that right now.
Yeah, but I guess I definitely changed my mind.
Okay, so what happened with changing your mind?
Well, what did happen? I mean, they told me many times before so that they do a couple of times such things with the spirit board and how it worked, and they definitely talk to people there, somewhere up there. And one of those nights after work, you know, we were having a beer or 2 or Pepsi or whatever we were drinking, and we said we're gonna try this, and I was like, yeah. Because remember, I didn't believe it anyway, so I thought, yeah, well, what the hell. So the guys, they decided they wanted to play some card, so they stayed in the living room. We all together, I have to say, we rented the entire house, so it was a lot cheaper. And that's where we stayed in the evenings, and that day we worked. So then the girls and I, we went in the kitchen. And one of the girls, she took a normal cutting board, you know, the whoops thing. But it was out of marble. It was not wood or anything, also it was a stone thing, marble sort of kind of thing.
Marble cutting board, got it.
Right. And she took a marker, a black one, and she did write A, B, C, D, E and so on, the alphabet.
Okay.
And then yes and no, just like you see it on TV.
You mean
remember, I love horror shows, guys. I love every horror movie out there. I'm an absolute horror fan.
Comment down below if you like horror movies too. I don't like them.
You should watch one with her.
No, you should not.
She screams so louder so you get more scared of her than of the movie.
Mommy, me don't believe in a double show. Me just cover my eye or so like.
Yeah, but you can scream pretty loud. Never mind. So back to the story. Hush. So yeah, how it is got. So she write the ABCD. You think something now, and then this one girl, she sort of was the leader of the group. She did talk some stuff like we only want good spirits and no evil ones and some stuff like that also. I mean, to me this was all new and what the hell, right? Ah yeah, I forgot the Schnapsglas. I don't know what is a Schnapsglas in English. In tiny.
Shot. Take a shot. The glass. Take a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Shot glass.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You know the very small ones then. So you put it upside down in the middle of this thing there and you put your index finger there, and that's what we did. So there were 3 index finger on this small tiny piece of glass in the middle of this board thing. And the girl, she asked some questions. Are there any good spirits there who want to communicate with us or something like that? Just like you see it in the movie. And I was like, inside I was so laughing, like I thought this thing never gonna work, ever.
Okay, so what happened?
But, so I had my finger there, and it didn't take long, trust me. It didn't take long, and all of a sudden this entire thing started moving like so it just went whoops and ting, and I was like, I started laughing, so loud, and so, I mean, really.
I wanna move it.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, so we said, you guys, you move it. You push it glass also. Come on. So the girl said to me also, alright, if you don't believe us, also just press down really hard on the glass and see if you now still move. And that's what I did. You could have seen the white from my knuckles them also. I mean, really pressed down so hard also it wouldn't stop anything. Let me tell you, man, even traffic. And that thing just moved like butter. It just boom and boom like also. I couldn't believe it also. By that time also, all my hair in the back of my neck also was standing up straight, and I thought this is not funny anymore. This actually works. Well,
okay.
so I remember the first person we did talk to with a big question mark was a guy named Ben. I don't know how come, but I still remember his name.
You mean a spirit, a guy?
Yeah, well, a spirit guy. So his name was Ben. Because we asked him what's his name and stuff like, no?
And he spell it all, or what?
Yeah, it is just B-E-N and so. Remember, it's the alphabet.
So mommy, you still sit on after that?
Yeah, well.
What's the difference between me and her?
I forgot the candle. They also had a candle there, no? And the light out in the kitchen and things. So just candle, very romantic, no? Meanwhile, the guys were coming from the living room, going to the fridge, taking out another beer and so on. We there, the glass move and thing like us. So it didn't seem to bother the spirits them, no? So, yeah. So after a while I remembered also, so if this thing really works, I was thinking also, okay, I want to talk to my granny. I mean, you remember my granny and I were really close, and I grew up with her when I was very small until like maybe 7 years old and so on. And she died when she was 60. She had cancer. And I remember I saw her in hospital the same day when she died, a couple of hours before, and as a child I always wondered if she did even see me or if she even did know I was there. So well, number one also I asked if I could talk to my granny. Frida Gran is her name, right? I can't say that because that lady is not among us anymore. So Ben, this spirit guy, said, okay.
What?
Yeah, well, I don't remember what he did say also, but anyway, he said he can't do that, right?
So you go get her, just call her or what?
No. And then the glass moved again, and then my friend, there's the one lady, she did really talking like also, you know, the other, we just had our fingers there and stuff like.
She said, call the granny.
Yeah, and then she said, is there now the Oma, the granny from Gabi? And it was a yes. So the girl told me to ask some questions what eventually only my granny could know. So you know, it's the right spirit and not just some God knows who, I don't want to know.
Okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere.
So I asked the question what I just told you, which always did bother me. I asked, did you see me that day when you died? Did you know I was there on your bedside? And yeah, that was, I think, the first question. And she did say, yes, I see you, but I couldn't talk. I remember that. So I mean, I remember also by that time all my hairs were standing up straight. Like also I felt this kind of like you know when you draft there like in your neck. So it's like this kind of chill.
Right.
It was really a, I don't know how to describe it. It was a strange situation. And then I asked her if she did feel pain. And all she did say was like, it's over now. And I was so much like my granny also, because anything she did bother her in her life also, it was just like, so I just knew it was her. So the next thing, because it's hard in that time also to really remember the right questions, because you're so, I don't know what you are, nervous, it's not the right word also, but it's just something else. And I didn't expect this thing to really work, otherwise I would maybe make some notes and have the right questions there. But I remember asking, how comes my stepfather hate me so much? Because I told you about my childhood and you know all about my stepfather, at least most of it.
Me know them.
And he was, but he was mean and an evil spirit, definitely. But he was alive. Yeah, so, but the answer what she gave me also really made me think, because she said your stepfather doesn't hate you, he's jealous. Somehow it makes sense, because she said he's jealous because of the close bond me and my mother have, because he could somehow just never come in between this, because we are so close and he was like there and we were here. So somehow this makes some sense to me. Not that it made my childhood easier, but it explained a lot to me. I don't really quite remember what happened after. No, there was something else. Hush. I remember something else. Then the girl said also, can you appear? I mean, show herself, like, you know. And my granny said with the Ouija board took some time with the ABC kind of thing. No, she can't do that because Gabi would, like, I would get a heart attack or me would have too afraid or something like that. I'm just saying it in my words. Which is so true, God, she would show up there, so everything would have jump off from a chair. So the girl said, can you blow out the candle? So the candle lights are flickering, like, you know, until it really went out.
Really? Let me get chill now. Oof.
No, really.
Wow,
And it went out. And I tell no lie people also. I mean, everybody who knows me also, I don't lie. So, after that now also I don't know what I was. It was something else. It was quite an experience. And it changed my entire thing about the spirit stuff. Like before I was like, oh, this don't exist and stuff like that is bullshit and so. But definitely I think there is something between here and up there, and I don't know.
Somehow I want to experience that, but I don't want to experience that.
Yeah, but
The thing would have been so
it was
scary,
really interesting.
I guess if I really want answers, but what if you go south and then you know over
But
the
it was
whole
nice to
place
let
and-
Lizzie answer my question also, that she didn't know I was there.
So what if you go south and the ghost start do things?
Yeah, that's in the movies. It didn't happen there, thanks God.
Yeah, can you say more trouble about the
That's why you ask for only good spirits, no?
So what if
I
what
think.
if your grandma did it as the good spirit and then the grandma?
And that's why you ask them questions what only they should know.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
then the grandma did it and then one evil spirit come round and say,
Let's not say that long, man.
alright.
So anyway, after that now also, my friend, she had a father who died some time ago, and they talked to each other like, and it got very emotional. Everybody started crying on the table. It was some boyfriend business like the current guy she was involved in with, and some other stuff, which I don't really remember, because remember I was still shocked about my granny, right? So that was my first experience. So when I went back to Jamaica,
Yes, now come to the Jamaica one.
yes, now comes the Jamaica one. Back in Jamaica. So in Jamaica I had this new neighbor and he always told me also I was like salt or something. You remember a lot of people always say, even your baby father always say, I'm so salt and thing, which means I'm bad lucky.
My baby father?
So, you know what I mean? I mean, my baby father, your father. Alright, I get this one. Okay, you don't have baby yet. Hush.
Oh God, why
Maybe
if
there was so much red thread for me.
why if you call it done for me?
Shoo. Okay, so This guy could really speak well German. He was married to a German lady. He was Jamaican and he moved beside of us, like next house. So we turned friends pretty quickly and he was really nice and fun to be with. For some reason I always said also I need to go to a bush doctor. I need to see a bush doctor. Also because of the situation with my boyfriend, because remember up to that day I haven't heard from him. I don't know what happened to him.
So bush doctor you think for go off, you know, so that work?
Yeah, well, I was curious. Remember, I'm a curious person. So this friend told me about this Mother Scott. And he said she is the best on the island. I mean, I heard a lot, even from my earliest day on in Jamaica, about doppies. Remember, ghosts in Jamaica are doppies, right? So all the doppy story, them also, even my boyfriend told me about he saw people without head walking around, and I guess everybody has their own little stories like. So I'm a very curious person, most definitely, and I was always nosy and I needed just to know also and just wanted to have the experience. So of course I was all for it, and my girlfriend too, and she thought it would be a good idea, so let's just go there and check out that woman. So we took a taxi from Montego Bay. I don't remember the place, what it was named, like, what the name. But I only remember there were taxis, and we turned left like us, and there were taxis extra going to Mother Scott. So you just said, I want to go to Mother Scott, and they carried you there. So in the middle of nowhere, there was a small church. There's millions of churches in Jamaica, as you know. And that church was quite small. It had wooden banks. We call them banks. Where you sit down, yeah. Bench.
Forget.
Yeah, and it was quite something, yes. Because there were a lot of people inside. I was sitting more closer to the front. Me and my friend and this guy who did speak German and so, who came along with us, of course, because otherwise I guess we would never find her. So, and then this lady just got started. I don't even know how to describe this because it's quite something else. So let's just say I call this audience. So this is the church. Those are the benches, a couple of rows. And she is there. And there's this curtain. And a tree tomb. And the curtain obviously is open like also. So when your turn come, and she don't call you by you first and second, also she just, I don't know, like maybe spirit tells her which one to call next, so she just looks in the crowd and so on, she just show on somebody. So yeah, it was, and she was old. I mean, God knows how old she was also.
So she really have a church? We should do that? Or something that look like a church?
It was a church.
Okay.
And yeah, and there were some other people. I remember just came to me. I remember somebody walked in the church with a child in the arm. I just remember that. And she looked up and she said, "You don't have to come here and you don't need to sit down because there's nothing what I can do for your child." Like it was. Wow, I mean, it just, oh no, I still just remember that.
Bush doctor.
So the woman turned around. And after a while my turn came and she just like, So I went there. She told me to stand up on the tree tomb. I felt like a complete idiot.
So you were here think like nobody else.
There was a curtain beside me. I was looking
she
at
not
all
like
the...
She not like
she was right in front of me.
So she not in privacy?
No, I don't know, it was just this curtain thing.
So the curtain
and all the people are looking at me. Everybody who was sitting there could see me. And I could see them.
So not a private. What if you don't want to know
your
your
business? Of course
business?
not private.
What if you don't want to know your business?
I don't know, there's different ones.
Okay,
So...
I
I mean, after my experience in Germany also, I was definitely more open for such thing.
Okay, so then...
But I didn't quite expected that.
Alright, so go on, continue.
Yeah, I mean, she was like, also, she was talking to this archangel Michael and Gabriel and God knows who, and we were mumbling something there, also it was really awesome. and just her face alone also, she was really awesome. And then she started. I mean, the first thing she told me also, I won't say this in public because it's really very personal.
Okay.
And only a few people know that about me. Maybe if you know me a little bit longer, no, I will tell you that also.
So
but
one thing she said was true, but you're not going to share.
Yeah.
Okay, and then?
So it definitely was true. And she never saw me before. She never met me or anything, and obviously I couldn't have told her that, so she did. Right?
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah. The next thing she told me is, remember, I didn't ask her any questions also. She just talked like the things somehow came to her also.
She was talking gibberish, like...
I don't know. So the next thing she said, I won't see my boyfriend for 5 years. And inside I was like, yeah, right. But it was true.
So
it was about 5 years I didn't see him that time.
So at that time, how long you never see him?
It was like from before I went to Germany and things,
so
remember?
How long that? 2 weeks, 5 weeks?
I don't know, maybe a month, 2 months, not longer.
So 2 months and then she told
Maybe.
5 years you ever see him?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And she also told, remember, I just came from Germany, I also just saw my mother. She said, my mother, she's very sick again. And I was like, you just come from Germany, you saw your mother, and you know, she's not sick. But then later on, months later, when I went back to Germany again, I found out that she really was sick. Yeah, so it was a couple of more things what she did say also, but everything just was really true. The woman have never seen me before. I haven't met her. I haven't told her anything, but she just knew.
So she just tell you and you never say nothing to her. No words to make she...
I didn't say anything.
You never like on the show them
No,
when
it's
they
just
ask.
like she see it and she just tell you all those things like,
You
you
know
want
what?
to hear it or not.
You know they show them like when they ask you, so you didn't have this and that, and then you answer and then she says something back.
No.
Never like
That was
that.
different. I mean,
She
I've
just
been to
tell
other bush doctors later on in my life also, but that was like that also.
You love bush doctor doing.
Your father liked them.
You told you sang before even him, so it was not like
Yeah, but you have to remember also,
Match
I
made
mean, I'm
in
not
heaven.
talking about Mother Scott now also, but by the way, also Mother Scott, she told me I have to do some remedy things. So I got this piece of paper, there's somebody writing, right? So she has this employee. So he wrote this, I don't even know if he write the Bible verse or if I just have to read this Bible verse in the Bible. And I had to do this and I had to bait with some things what you can buy in certain shops in Jamaica. She write down exactly how much from everything like, and I remember there was garlic in it too. So I had to bait with this, and guess what? I didn't have to shower after, so this has to stay on your skin.
yeah, the runway duppy.
I don't know. And I say the Bible verse and things like, but I did it.
Once every day.
No, just this one time. Yeah, and then the other times I went also, it was similar, like.
So
But I remember one time especially stuck in my mind also when we went there with your grandfather.
my grandfather.
Yeah.
Guys, me I went back through this 3 times, you know.
Yeah, your grandfather, that was when he already took sick and he was not doing too well, and you know, bush doctor is not just about this spirit thing also, they also have a lot of knowledge about herbs. Otherwise I'm taking tablets and going to the doctor, so they have a lot of remedies with herbs what grow on the earth like, and they are really good. But there's one thing I really remember, I mean the bush doctor was this big fat nice friendly guy, and he was just so lovable. And there also was a church, and at
You
that
also
time-
stand up and treat them?
No. So we went inside that church together with your father and your grandfather, and there were other people as well there too. They had a service going on, and when they saw us, they started this song. I don't remember what it is, name or anything also, but it just touched something inside of me also. So all of us ended up crying also. I was crying, your father was crying. It was very emotional. And for some time, your grandfather, he was doing much better. He got the remedies, like the herbs, and so
I really believe in that.
just normal herbs, like bush tea.
Okay, so what is
Nothing
singing for?
Hmm?
What is singing for?
I don't know, maybe just to.
Okay, I wonder how this
But it was a beautiful song. Also.
Someone will
Sometimes
describe
just
the bush
something touch your
doctor.
heart.
Let me tell you how I imagine a bush doctor. He have one white rag round his head with one pencil in his side.
No, they look always.
You look what?
They can look any way you want them to look. When they
Some picture them.
No, that one there was wearing some whitish clothes. I remember he was quite big. And he was very friendly and just a loving person, really.
Okay, so you prescribe some herbs for Uno.
Not for Uno, but for your grandfather.
Well,
And for a while he got a little bit better, like us all, but I guess it was not meant to be. As you know, later on he died. Unfortunately, he was such a nice person.
so how long after this prescription he did? You know that, sir?
I don't remember. Well, it was well a couple of months later.
Months, me think of years. Oh God. Okay, even Bush Doctor can't help you when you're sick, guys. More of the story.
No, I wouldn't say that. But maybe sometimes you have something that can be really helped.
Yeah.
Or maybe a time just come. I believe in that too.
Okay.
So I don't know, it's hard to say also, but it was really quite an experience and it stuck with me for until to this day, like also, and I look at things much more different. Right?
Yeah, guys, not to end it on a sad note. You have anything fun to say left?
I love you.
I love you too. So guys, that was it for today's video with my mom's stories of her spirits and her bush doctors and stuff. Yeah. Don't know if I would do it. I don't know if I'm brave enough. But yeah, they're very cool stories to share. I don't have such stories to share, so maybe I
You're still
should.
young, your stories will follow, right? And wait until I carry you to one such
Yeah,
story.
she said she was 27, so I'm not even 27 yet, so I still have time, right? So anyways, guys, we'll see y'all in the next videos. We also plan on doing some interesting facts about Jamaica next and interesting facts about Germany. And you'll see us both again in those videos. So anyways, guys, we'll see y'all next time. Peace!
Bye, take care.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and the whole works, okay? Bye!
And comment below, remember. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Yeah, your heart is a sun, and it shines as it opens.
Where your heart is the sun, and it shines, says it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun,